Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm making my version of a Southern classic meal, which consists of red rice, collard greens, and fried chicken. In a minute, I'm going to show you how I prepare my greens first, and then my red rice, and then followed up by the fried chicken. So stay with me and enjoy. Okay, I've already started on my greens with some smoked neck bones. They've been boiling for about 30 minutes. And into those greens, I'm gonna season the liquid first. I'm not gonna put any salt because the smoked neck bones already are pre-salted. So therefore, I will add some of my seasonings that I'm gonna use, my fresh seasonings. Okay? Oh, I have 4 cups of water that I'm boiling the neck bones in, and then I'm only gonna add that because collard greens carry a lot of water, so even though it's only 4 cups, by the time I add the greens, you're gonna see a lot of liquid. So this is gonna take about an hour and a half. So while this is cooking, on the other side, I will continue to show you how I prep my red rice and fried chicken. Okay? Okay, first I'm gonna put a little bit of paprika, about a teaspoon or so. Then I go back with my classic adobe, again, about 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna add some granulated sugar, and because of all the additional spices that's gonna go into the greens, the sugar is gonna help balance the flavors. So I'll put about 2 teaspoons of sugar in there. Then again, about a teaspoon of granulated garlic, and then a teaspoon of granulated onion powder. I'm also gonna go in with 1 whole onion that I've chopped up, roughly chopped. I'm gonna add that in. And then I'm also going to add some rutabagas. Now this is something you can leave out, but I actually like the flavor of rutabagas. So I'm gonna add that in, and it's gonna cook with the greens. Also, we will add, this is 2 tablespoons of bacon fat. I'm gonna add that in because it brings a lot of flavor to your greens. And then I have 3 garlic cloves that I'm gonna put in my garlic press. I'm gonna add that as well. So 1, 2, 3, and then, the garlic, absolutely, you can eliminate. If you don't like garlic, you don't have to put that in, but trust me, it gives a really good flavor. Also, when the greens start to cook down, I'm gonna add some red pepper flakes. That's where the heat is gonna come in. And you definitely want a little bit of heat in your greens. Some people use hot sauce. That's also an option, but I use red pepper flakes and actually a little bit of cayenne pepper. And lastly, I'm gonna add some apple cider vinegar. It's gonna be about 2 teaspoons as well. And then it seems like a lot of greens, but this is 2 bunches of collards that I've chopped. And I prefer the fresh greens because I can determine how much stems I want to put into my greens. Sometimes you buy the bagged greens and you have a lot of really thick stems. But nothing is wrong with it. You can use the bagged greens if that's what you choose. So it seems like a lot, like I said, but this is gonna melt down to half of what you see here. So when I come back, the greens are gonna be cooking, and I'm gonna get started on my red rice. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get started on the red rice. In this container, I have 5 cups of water. I'm gonna add to my bowl. On my version of red rice, I actually cook mine in the oven. I find I like the consistency of the rice better. I don't like my rice really sticky, and in the oven it comes out grainy and perfect to me. So that's why I like using it in the oven. This is 12 ounces of tomato paste. We're gonna use all of that in there because red rice, you want your rice to be red. So the tomato paste goes in. Then I add, this is my secret weapon, I add a packet of sazon. I like the flavor and I also like the color because it helps bring out the orange reddish color of the red rice. I'm also gonna add a little bit of adobe, about a teaspoon. We're gonna add about a teaspoon of sugar. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then a teaspoon of onion powder. I'm also gonna add some fresh black pepper, lots of it because I love black pepper in my red rice. So, and you know, red rice is, I guess it's the version of, it's a southern version of jollof rice, if you really think about it. But you know, with adaptations in the South, we use what we have, so this is our version. Then I add a little bit of paprika, a little bit of smoked paprika, and then I'm also gonna add a little bit of salt. Not much because I'm gonna be adding some smoked sausage, which is gonna be salty. So we definitely don't wanna over salt it. I'm gonna mix these together. And then you want to make sure that it's nicely combined when all the tomato paste have dissolved. And then I'm going to go in with a taste test. Okay, so I've combined all of the tomato paste into the water with the seasonings. And then you're going to add a little bit of oil. It could be vegetable oil. I actually have some olive oil, so I'm going to add that because that's to prevent the rice from sticking to the aluminum pan. And then I have 4 cups of parboiled rice that I pre-washed. That's going to get added into this mixture. Oops. And that happens sometimes. So we have to laugh at ourselves, and then we want to make sure the rice is incorporated into the mixture nice. And then I'm going to put it in the aluminum pan, cover it up with aluminum foil, and bake it. It's going to actually take about an hour. So when I come back, I'm going to show you how I season my chicken for my fried chicken. All right, so now I'm gonna prep my chicken drumsticks for fried chicken. Now I don't double batter. I don't use buttermilk because I do not like a lot of flour on my chicken when it's fried. But you'll see how I do it, and it comes out perfect every time. So again, this is like 8 drumsticks. I'm gonna add a little bit of adobe, equivalent to about 2 teaspoons. Then I'm gonna add some garlic powder, about a teaspoon of garlic powder, some paprika, about a teaspoon of paprika, some onion powder, about a teaspoon of onion powder. And besides that, I'm gonna also add some salt-free garlic and herb seasonings. I do like the flavor of it, and you can pretty much play with whatever seasoning you have, whatever your favorite seasoning is. I do like this garlic and onion black pepper McCormick makes, so I'm going to add a little bit of that to it as well. And Last but not least, I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper. And actually, I'm gonna add a little more black pepper as well, because I do love black pepper in everything. And then I'm gonna mix it well, and when I come back, I'm gonna assemble the chicken and show you how I flour and fry my chicken. Okay, so I have my fryer heating up some vegetable oil that I'm gonna cook my chicken in. And before I put the chicken in the oil, I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add some of the same seasonings that I used in my chicken in the flour, so the flour can have some flavor. So we're going with a little bit of cayenne. And then I'm gonna add some of the salt-free garlic and herb. It's important. I don't wanna add a lot of salt because the chicken is well seasoned. And then a little bit of paprika again. And some onion powder. And garlic powder. Again, the same profile that I used in the chicken earlier. I'm also gonna add a little bit of this garlic and onion and sea salt seasoning from McCormick. Just a little, maybe about a teaspoon. Then I'm gonna mix all of it, combine it all together. And then we're gonna add our chicken in. And this is what I was telling you. I just lightly coat my chicken. I do not like a lot of flour. So my chicken, as you can see, is lightly coated. And I'm gonna cook them for about 15 minutes until they're nice and golden, until the internal temperature is 170 degrees. When I come back, I'll show you the finished product. All right, here is the completed version. On my red rice, I cooked some smoked sausage, which I diced in cubes, and some green bell peppers. I cooked that on the side and I added it to my rice. I'm gonna put that in my plate, as well as my greens that are completed. Absolutely soft and tender. The greens took about 1.5 hours and the rice about 1 hour in the oven, just like I anticipated. And my fried chicken, exactly the way I like it. Not too much breading, and the color is perfect, crunchy on the outside. Now for the taste test, I'm going in my rutabagas, nice and tender. Absolutely love that flavor. The green, they melt in your mouth. I can taste the vinegar. I can taste the garlic, and definitely the onions. Red rice. Really, really delicious. Last but not least, my chicken. Nice and crunchy, nice and seasoned. Again, absolutely delicious. Thanks again for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and share with your friends. Thanks again.